Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about how to do filtering, parsing and normalization, and also we call it as like parsing, filtering and normalization actually. So what is parsing? Parsing means, for example, if a log file has so many details like unwanted details, it will remove in this stage, parsing stage. In the parsing stage, whenever we parse the log file into the Splunk, it will remove the unwanted data and it will give the important data such as source IP, destination IP, user, and which source and which attack and what action could be the reason and what is the URL and the method which is used, whether it is get, post or delete, connect or whatever it is. And also these are some important steps in parsing. It will extract only the important events. Okay, let's talk about the filtering. What is filtering? If you go to this search bar and searching whatever it is, means you are filtering something. You are involuntarily doing the filtering thing in the search. Okay, let's see how this normalization will work. What is normalization? Basically, the normalization means connecting all the things. For example, if you don't know really this is normalization, if you observe, the different logs have different names. For example, if Apache log has the name like user or source. Okay, let's see, the Apache logs has source, SRC. And whenever you see the event logs in the Windows, the source name will be indicates as src_ip. These are some names, different names, but the usage is same, but the names were different. That's why we are calling the normalization. Why normalization is important? Different logs call the same thing by different names. Okay, it's hard to correlate events across the systems, and also it detects the rules and dashboards won't work consistently, right? If the reason names were differently indicated, then why are the dashboards are work effectively? No. So it is important to do the normalization. Okay, let's see how to do the normalization, and also parsing, filtering and normalization will work. Let's get into the step by step. Yeah. Go to settings, add data. I have the sample data. You can have this from my GitHub repository. Upload the file, select the file, click on sample log. Okay, click on next. In the source type, and this source type is very important during the parsing. Each parsing method gets different by each source type. Okay, let's talk about this concept in future so deeply. Okay, let's do one thing. Here we can see the filter such as, can we keep the filter as access combined? Okay, let's click on next, create new index as, like in here we are doing parsing, filtering and normalization, right? For example, I'm here keeping the parsing, just click on save, review it, submit it and start searching it. Yes, in the new search you can observe here this is called as filter. For example, the source is sample log.txt. Okay, here host Sahan, that's my name. What is the index here? Parsing. Source type access combined. Okay, these are the events which you can see the time, like here IP address, timestamp, method, like this HTTP status, bytes, this URL, this method, source IP, user, hacker, and action. These you are doing here filtering. Here this Splunk doing parsing. How the Splunk doing parsing? In the previous I said that each parsing technique has different from each logs. For example, access combined. The access combined take the same parsing automatically for the access combined. If you really don't understand, I will repeat it again. The access combined is a source type log. This Splunk automatically parse it. Okay. Yeah. This is about the parsing. This is about the filtering. What about normalization? So let's see what is normalization. For example, if you can see here, okay, let's see interesting fields. I will try to explain more clearly. Okay, user. Okay, let's do one thing here. Yeah, for example, normalization, you can see here source underscore IP. Sometimes it can be source, just SRC, or user. It can be user underscore the log where you gathered from. For example, here in delete it is a method. In previous it is denoted as method is equal to delete, or sometime it will show as delete. So what is the problem here? Different logs call the same thing by different names, right? Okay, these, how to mitigate this? Basically, the Splunk uses the common information model for normalization actually. For example, if you if you using the live logs from Windows events, this Splunk will use the common information model for normalization. It uses the source IP from the source type. Like if you really observe here, what is the source? Sample log. Okay, what is the index? Okay, what is the source types? But in the live logs, what is the source type? Win event logs column, which is specify the security information or application, whatever it is, it specify that particular source, right? In the same way, it will the Splunk uses the normalization in the manner of common information model. Yeah. In the common information model, there is two types, which is very important. For example, field alias. Okay, let's see my blog here. If you can come to the profile, you can observe this parsing, filtering, and normalization logs like a pro. Okay, let's go to normalization. Yeah, here field alias. What is field alias? Map one field name to another. Like if field alias hyphen src is equal to source IP as source. If you really understand this is a normalization. For example, if you can see here, source underscore IP, I want to change this string into src for normalization for all the source. For example, I am doing the in win logs, that is live logs collecting by the Splunk. But whenever the logs are different, they call the logs with different names in the events. So the Splunk is doing as normalization with field alias, and the one more thing is calculated fields is called eval. Eval means evaluation. These two things used by the Splunk by the common information model to get not confused whenever you are parsing the data, whenever you are filtering the data, you can easily get that. Okay, let's see how is this look like in dashboards. Okay, let's see one thing. Save as new dashboard. What is this parsing? Okay, I will use a classic dashboard. View dashboard. Okay, it will give me as a raw data. Let's edit it. I will numeric data required. Okay, let's see in this. Okay, this is how the dashboard look like. So this is about the video for normalization and filtering and parsing. If you really don't get what is parsing and filtering and normalization, you can come through my blog and check it out. Once again, I'm saying the parsing means which you can parse the log file. It will remove the unwanted things, or it will extract the useful things only. And what is filtering? In the search thing, you are filtering out the source types as like statistics, count, even where clause. These are some filterings from the source. What is normalizing? From the different logs, each events can be called by different names. To eradicate this problem, this Splunk using the model. This model has two types. You can get this thing, and if you want to more if you want to explore more, you can go through the live event logs and search it what is the source heavy, what is like how the name was indicated in the security logs, application logs. You will get the clarity. Okay, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.